All right, y'all. Today's video, we're looking at exponential characteristics. I've got two graphs up here, and the question says, what is the domain and range of the exponential function shown? So what is the domain and what is the range? So we need to understand what domain and range mean before looking at the graph. Again, domain is how far does the graph go left to right, and range, how far does the graph go from the bottom to the top. So domain is actually pretty easy with exponentials. It's kind of been what we've always put. The domain, how far left does this graph go? And notice this graph will go left forever. It is going up, but it's going left. How far right does the graph go? Well, it goes right forever. So the domain will always be all real numbers. Always. That never changes with exponentials. It's always going to be all real numbers. Unless there's a hole, you'll talk about that in Algebra 2. The range, we have to know some things. The range, we always look at how far, essentially, where does the graph go? It's like a window. Where's the bottom of the graph? And then how high does the graph go? Where's the top of the graph? So notice, the bottom of my graph, you see how it starts to like level off right here? And it levels off at that 2. And notice my graph is everything above that 2, okay? It's nothing below the 2, it's everything above that 2. So my graph is going to be y is greater than, because it's greater than 2, okay? Again, why that is notice my graph levels off here at the 2. So it's y is going to be greater than 2 because it's everything above the 2. That's why it's y is greater than 2. All right, let's take a look at the next question. Domain, what did we just say? The domain is always going to be all real numbers. Every time. Every time. All real numbers. So that is the domain here. The range, notice the graph kind of flipped here, right? It was everything above that 2. Notice how the graph kind of flipped and it goes, it's everything below a number. Well, there's negative 2. Well, no, it's not there. So where does the line start leveling off? Like right there, if we kind of follow that all the way over, what number would that be on my y? That would be negative 1. That would be negative 1 right there. That'd be negative 1. So my graph is going to be y. Is it going to be greater than negative 1, or is it going to be less than negative 1? Is my graph below that negative 1? And it is below, so it'd be y is less than negative 1. So you've got to understand your graphs there. If your graph is going up, like over here, it's going to be y is greater than. Notice if the graph is going down like this, then it's going to be y is less than. Hopefully this video helps. It should help you out getting through numbers, I want to say 1 through 3. 1 through 3, this should really help you out when it comes to 1 through 3 on the quiz.